Yep, it's your boy Cook, and you know what it is. It's the More Music Podcast. We are back with another Boom Sound collab, Meet the Artist segment. Now I'm here today with a very special guest, Blountman. Yeah, that's him.
Yes,
King Jay Da
sir.
Blountman. What's going on,
Yes.
man?
What's going on, G?
Hey,
Appreciate the
chilling, man.
opportunity,
For sure, no doubt. Appreciate you wanting to come on, dog, for real. Now, let's go ahead and just talk about you. To let everybody know where you're from and how you made your name.
Shit, St. Augustine, Florida. Shit, I'm about 20 minutes from Duval. You know what I mean? We out here making,
Duval.
yes, sir. Big noise. We making big noise. But my name came from, I always used to call myself King J to I don't know, about eighth grade, something like about seventh grade. One of my friends ended up calling me the Blunt Man. Blunt is my last name. So
Okay.
yeah, I figured I might as well go on and put that King J the Blunt Man together, you know what I mean? To tie all into one. And we came up with a whole project off of that name. You feel me? So
Now I like that. So is that like so that's how you started making music like when you got that name?
yeah, I rode with it for about a year, and I ended up bumping into one of my buddies. Ended up having a record studio. I
Mm.
was always interested because I play instruments and shit. So like I said, I was always interested in you know the microphone side of things. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I ended up trying it out. And my buddy was like, "Man, hey, you on to something right now." You, he gave me that granddaddy finger. He was like, your ass on to something right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, okay. So after that first time, I ended up, trying something else. I had one of my buddy producers send me another beat. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this right now. I'm gonna try this. So it ended up working out. He ended up liking the project. The producer ended up liking what I recorded on his beat. He was like, you know what? You need to run with that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna stick with this. So I ended up sticking with the name. I already had my name, I had my logo, my brand, pretty much because I was already tied to something that we as in me and my homies, we already put that together.
Mhm.
So it ended up working out pretty good, you know what I mean? And I ended up turning into King J Da Blountman, you know what I mean? Just
Well,
started getting
yeah, well, talk about that process. Like, that obviously is not easy, trying to get your stuff out there and basically marketing and promoting. So let's talk about, that process.
the whole process was like I mean, it took a long time for me to become somebody. It took a long time for folks to actually know who I am, to stream my music, want to stream my music, because you can get music for free off the YouTube. So the fact that somebody would wanted to they wanted to stream your music and actually pay for it, you know what I mean? That was a big difference for me. But I mean, I just kept going, dropping single after single, and then it turned into a project after project. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what gained me my confidence for
Okay.
one, okay, I could actually do this for sure, for sure. People actually like and willing to buy what I'm putting out. They taking heed to my work, you know what I mean? And um I just kind of took off with it from there, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, a shot in the dark, but that shot actually took okay, let's put it like this. The shot actually took people's lives because they was streaming, they was purchasing, they was buying, they was liking, they was following, they was sharing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It turned into something totally different, a lot different than what I expected. So I ran with it, you know what I mean?
That's
I
dope.
ran with it.
So as an artist, what makes you in order for people to to stream your music a lot?
My sound, my differentiality. I'm versatile. I might have a pop song. I might have a
Yeah,
rap song. I might have a
absolutely.
trap song. I might have a country song. Like I can reach everybody. I might have a song with no cuss words. You can play it for your grandmama. You know what I mean? Like real
Hmm.
life. I try to reach all crowds. I'm not a one crowd type of guy. Like it's just that it just that's not what sells nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. When you a lot of people selling music with the one genre. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that at all. It's very possible.
Right,
But at the
right,
end of the day, I'm not trying to reach one group of folks. I'm not trying to reach one group of people. I'm trying to reach multiple different people. That's multiple alleyways of different money, multiple alleyways of being put in movies, been putting on Netflix, Hulu.
that's a
These
fact.
folks these folks say who got the big dollars, not no $50,000. We talking about folks who want to. All right, I'm gonna throw you this cool meal real quick, and we can try to make something shake real life. You know what I mean? Some investor type folks. So it just it takes some real confidence, some real music, some real feelings. It takes a lot into a hit. That's what a lot of people don't really realize. But over a period of time, it smacked me in the face. Like, hey, you you can excel in this, you can excel in that. But why not reach all if you have the capability?
That's real. Hey, I like that. So I get, being that you put all that in your music, talk about your music making process.
Um, hmm. So it all started with the beat, man. Like I literally got to hear the beat first. If the beat don't want to try to, the beat got to pull it out of me. Like
Mm-hmm.
if that beat ain't hitting, what's next? I got to hear something next. Send me the next beat, play the next beat, something like that. If the beat don't pull it out of me, I don't want nothing else. Like I got to go through the clip beats, and then once that chorus touchdown, the chorus touchdown, it's over. Like I'm known for badass choruses. Like I mean, my verses slapping, they hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to something that'll catch your attention like that, because I can rap a melody. Rap a chorus, so I can put a badass melody on the chorus. You know what I mean? So it just depends. But that start with the beat, then it start with that melody in the chorus. Then it starts with, I feed off the chorus. Like I got that kind
Mm.
of, once I put it together, you got to be able to brainstorm and put together something that makes sense. Not for you, but for everybody else who's streaming your music. Learn what they like. It ain't just what you like. You ain't gonna buy 100,000 copies. Other people will if spit what they like, but it's real life. It's what you're going through. It's what you're feeling. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
your
for
own
sure.
expressing, your own expression through music. So it all gotta make sense.
No doubt, no doubt. So, with that being said, what artists were you listening to coming up that inspired you to even, I guess, make your sound unique?
Wayne,
Mm.
Wayne. Because in high school I had wicks. Everybody thought, oh, that that nigga look like Wayne. What the like? I literally was this nigga 1 year for Halloween, bro. Like, oh my mama. Like, I ain't even playing. I ain't trying to be like Wayne, but it's like so many. When half your high school is literally coming to you like, you know, this, that, and the other, Wayne this, Wayne that,
Mm.
at some point, Halloween, I drew me a couple teardrops, put my wigs back, like,
Ah, hell.
oh my mama, bro. Like I ain't tell you, I was already tatted. I was tatted up in high school. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
what I mean, bro. Like Wayne was one. Um, like, I think I get my difference in variety of music, from Michael Jackson.
Mm.
I was listening to, I don't know. I ain't gonna tell you no stunt. Wayne was the hardest though,
Yeah.
And when I say that, it was just like it wasn't no other alleyway. You feel me? Like, and none of my music sound like Lil Wayne. Period, at all.
That's facts. Yeah.
But it's like his the way he went about things in
Yeah.
his music. You
That's
feel me?
that blueprint. Absolutely.
Blueprint. It touched
Mm-hmm.
me, bro. It touched me hard. I already had like an artist look in high school, so it was like I'm with it. Bring it on. Show me what you got with this whole music shit, cause I'm about to rap. It's over with. I gotta rap. And my lyrics and everything, my bars started laying down. Everything was making sense. For some reason, it just came like it was already laid out.
Yeah, it was natural for you
Natural. Like I
for
just
sure.
felt it and I ran with it. And like, you know, my first 100,000 streams was off of a song I wrote in 10 minutes.
Wow, what song was that?
Empower.
That's your first. That's your first song over 100,000 streams.
My first song over 100,000 streams. And I
That's
wrote
dope.
that for my homeboy company who he got a clothing line. And his clothing line is called Empower Clothing,
Empower
literally.
Clothing. Shout them out.
And
Shout them out.
yeah, shout out my boy Emilio. You feel me? He was in Germany. He moved back to Florida. You know what I mean? So hey, Empower Clothing with a K.com. They lit. Every time he posts a new catalog, they be selling out. You talking about Egyptian cotton? The clothes is original. They all lit. You know what I mean? I got a whole jumpsuit of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's lit, man. Like it's something new, something different, and it's lit for real, for real. He making big noise out in Germany. He was damn near a celebrity for real. So it was like,
Shit.
you know, yeah, he was starting to get popping, and then he wanted to get out of Germany, expand himself, his brand, and his people. So shout out him, making big noise. But Empower Clothing, he paid for the song and stuff like that. So I got a little check off of that. You know what I mean? Ain't no issue, no problem. Everything was smooth. That's my boy. But shout out Emilio Lopez. We up here. We making big boy moves. Is young adults. So
For sure. For sure. So freaks only. You and Juicy J. Talk about that song and how that collab came about.
I actually was getting emails from his producer.
Okay.
Um, and his producer had some some verses from Juicy J, a couple different verses from you know what he made. I want to say already, but I kind of had to like sign paperwork before I just purchased this stuff. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, so I actually, to be honest, I didn't get to work with Juicy himself, but
Okay.
I mean the price. It was a couple $1,000. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot. It was under five. At the time, Juicy J wasn't really popping. He always popping. Don't get me wrong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
I
when
don't
the
know. About
artist
to
got them,
say 3 6 Mafia been around for a long time.
trust me, I know. I've been on that since they came out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, but when the artists die down, they ain't dropping nothing in a couple years.
That's
Type
real.
thing.
Yeah.
His producer hit me up and was like, "Hey, I like your sound. Your flow. This, that, and the other. I think you and this Juicy J collab that I got, it'll work out." So I ended up spending the money, signing a bunch of paperwork, and it ended up working out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And promotion, I gave him his percentage, so everything was
Hey,
smooth. You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
great
All I
great
had to
investment.
Yeah, great investment. To be honest, he got a lot of looks. I've talked to label after label, you know, but I'm still independent. To be honest,
Yeah.
so anybody want to work, get at your boy. But at the end of the day, it got me a lot of looks, got me a lot of attention, which I didn't want to try to ride a nigga wave. You know what I mean? But
Right.
at the end of the day, hell, you talking about somebody I grew up listening to. That's
Yeah.
just
That's a
like Lil
fact.
Wayne. If Lil Wayne had a verse that I could have bought for under $5,000, I would have bought it. It still was it was over $2,000, but it
Yeah.
was under $5,000. At the end of the day, if it was something that I could afford at that time, I'd have snatched it. Like I ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't big money. You know what I mean? I got money. I'm sitting on money, but I ain't big money. You feel me?
That's
Like
real.
independent artist, I'm paying for everything by myself. You know what I mean? So if it's something I can afford at that time, like, I'm gonna cough it up.
That's real.
Try to get my career to the next level for real.
Hey, hey, mad at it, bro. That's a dope investment for real, and it's a
Yeah.
tough tune too. So you know what I'm saying? It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth
Ah,
it. So talk about things that you have coming up. As far as music, what you working on?
man, I'm working on a mixtape right now. I got one. Well, yeah, I guess I gotta say famous because everybody know him. I got one famous artist on this track, on this mixtape. I think it's gonna be at least 8 songs, 7, 8 songs, something like that. I just dropped this album behind me, King Jay Da Blountman Level Up.
Mm-hmm.
This is sitting at 93,000 streams at the moment. I'm trying to get it to 100K before I even try to drop anything, but I'm working on some artists. I'm working on this project with some artists from Ghana, some artists from Arizona. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I ain't really, and majority of my albums, majority of the album and mixtapes that I drop, I try to do mostly me. You know what I mean? Because I like to show that hell, I don't need somebody to hop on my shit. I can come up with real shit, all of it
Right.
by myself, word for word. Like I got my own couple of little producers and stuff like that. So we putting in some work for, a couple singles and a mixtape right now. But like I say, I'm gonna push this until they get to 100K.
Yeah, for sure. So, what's some things you're gonna try to do to keep pushing it to 100K?
Marketing. You need marketing, whether you want to pay for it, whether you think you need it, something that's efficient at the time. You need the marketing, promotion. You gotta promote.
That's
You
a fact.
have to promote. It ain't no question. You can't do it by your damn self. You
That's a
need
fact.
help. You need other people sharing it on their media, popping people, so other people can see that okay, he got these people that's popping, sharing his stuff. So let me go check him out. Blah blah blah. You get that view, you get that stream, you get that like, that follow, and that means more fans. People will continually continue to watch your stuff because you ain't the only person sharing it, even though you like, I'm not popping how I want to be popping, but to be independent, I don't know. 26,000 followers on IG and 650,000 followers on Facebook don't seem so bad to me
Nah, that
as an
don't seem bad
independent
at all.
artist.
Real shit.
No, you know what I mean? And
Especially
it took,
on the come up.
yeah. And somebody hacked my first Facebook, and to get majority of these followers back on my new Facebook, yeah, it started, and I got a lot of them back from some posts that I made that went viral, you know what I mean? But it was like at the end of the day, it's still me. Like,
Yeah,
it's on my stuff. It's like I didn't just like, just drop something in and it just went up like that overnight. It took time. Somebody hacked my first Facebook. I had to make a whole nother Facebook and then that one went up. So I take the blessing for what it is, you know what I mean?
for sure. Absolutely. You definitely got to in all cases.
That
So, talk a little bit more about Level Up and how the concept of the album came about, how you put it all together. Just talk about it.
So the concept came from up in a whole nother level from my old project. My old project was still lit. Don't get me wrong. I had people making dance videos off of my dance songs and stuff
Yeah, I
like
saw
that.
that.
Yeah, but this here project right here it's a whole nother level. Like it's a whole it's a whole nother level, bro. Like I mean, we talking about I got pop songs, I got a country rap song on here. I got I got a drill beat song on here. I got a rap like you can play for the streets. You feel me? Like I kind of tried, like I said, I tried to reach every realm. I went commercial with it. I went commercial as hell on this specific album because I want to try to get some songs in movies. This right
Okay.
here, yeah, this dude right here is my DJ. Shout out DJ Warlord. He with Fleet DJs, all over the country. You feel me? So this project actually got me a lot more attention, and it took me myself and all my media to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Like I had a song on here that blew up in what was it? Lagos,
Yeah,
Africa.
Lagos. Okay.
And I had a whole dance challenge going on TikTok. I had a dance challenge going on IG. It just made big moves for me. Like the album, the music, everything spoke for itself. You know what I mean? The artist can only do so much, promote so much for people actually to take to it and they want to do their own stuff to your music.
That's real. That's real. I
And
like that.
it touched me, bro. Like it took my mental, it took my physical, and it took everything that I looked and put into this album. I looked at and I put into this album. Like I kind of pre-planned everything, to be honest, but I didn't think it was gonna work out the way it did. Not even
Mm.
close. But like I say, we almost touching 100K. We at 93,000 right now. So
Hey, that's lit. Hey man, I hope they get you to 100K for real, man. Hey, make sure y'all support. Hey, Blunt Man. I'm gonna call you Blunt Man for sure. But
that's cool.
hey man, I'm gonna leave this last segment of the show for you to shout everybody out that you need to shout out. Let them know what you got coming up. If you're doing any shows, any releases, dates that you want to drop, let them know.
Yo, shout out DJ Warlord, my dog. You know what I mean? We making big things happen. Shout out producer Fred, my dog. Fred is tied to Warner Music, and we got some shit tucked away. We ain't telling nobody. This all you gonna hear about it right here, right now. So, shout out Fred, shout out Craig Love, shout out all my media folks, shout out BoomSound, Lavelle. Shout out BoomSound Lavelle,
Shout
100%.
out Vel.
Shout you out for having me on the for the interview,
For
on the
sure, for sure.
show.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
100%. Big facts, bro.
For
I
sure.
100%, rep the set. And I appreciate you for taking time and interviewing the brother for real. So
No doubt.
at the end of the day, I shout out my heavy promoter for real, for real. He on IG, making big things happen, but he promote me on everything. But at the end of the day, shout him out. Hey, and you know what? A lot of rappers don't say this shit, but shout out my girl, bro,
Hey,
for
that's real.
making you fit, bro. Shout out my woman, bro. Straight 100%,
That
bro.
support, man. You got to have that level of support at home.
Man, I tell you what, bro. Like at the end of the day, when you find somebody who back you up, spend money when you spend money, you know what I mean? Like putting up on your shit, it's like real shit, bro. You gotta get them credit. Real life, bro. So at the end of the day, shout out everybody who backed me up, you know what I mean? Shout out
That's real.
VGOD, my LLC, you know what I mean? Van Gang of God, we out here making big noise, you feel me? Hey, y'all stream my music. We out here. Help me get to 100K so we can get some new music out. It's already in the making. New project, new mixtape, new singles. We working. We out here. Hey, shout
Hey,
out the shooter too. Shooter, hey, the shooter in right there in North Carolina. We making big noise coming soon, boy.
hey,
Hey,
you heard it from him, man. Hey, get him to 100K. It's the More Music Podcast. Boom.
yes, sir.